right, so why can't you stop gooning, right? If you clicked on this video, you're struggling with lust and you want to know what you can do to fix that and just the different actions and cues that cause you to do those things. All my life, obviously as a man, it's one of the main things that men struggle with, which is masturbation. It's one of the biggest things that men struggle with. It's a thing that's unspoken. We don't really talk about it, but people struggle with it a lot, right? And for the last couple years, I've been able to solve that problem with not only discipline, but fixing my habit loops, my tolerances, just condition triggers, a lot of things that I'm going to talk about in today's video so that you guys can get better, not only at being more disciplined, but in stopping these bad habits, right? So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. My voice is cooked right now because I'm coming back from a field op where I was screaming a lot, but let's get right into the video. So the first thing is dopamine hits, right? Masturbation releases a lot of dopamine. It trains your brain to crave that reward again and again, right? So what you need to do is train your dopamine levels, right? And this comes with a lot of things. This comes with being on TikTok all night, being on Instagram, learning how to be bored. It's something that you need to train. It's a skill set nowadays because there's just so much that you can do to entertain yourself that nowadays it is very easy to get dopamine hits, right? It's pretty much everywhere. But what I have done to train my dopamine is I've set timers on my social media. I've set timers on different things that give me dopamine, and I've been craving dopamine through other avenues. So working out, completing tasks, things like that. And sometimes I'll even just go on a walk with no music so that I can be as present as possible. So the first thing to stop with thinking you need it is to train your dopamine receptors, training what your brain craves. If your brain craves masturbation, you're going to fail. The next thing is environment, right? With social media, with the internet in general, softcore porn is everywhere. Even if it's subconscious, even if it's not directly in your face, it is everywhere. Every scrolling, everything that you do, I don't know what it is with the internet now, but it's just everywhere. So being on social media less and being around that environment less is going to help you train your brain and not get the excuse. Because I know you've all had this experience before where you're chilling. You don't really have anything to do. You're not even really thinking about it. But then you scroll on TikTok, you find something, and you're like, dang, bro, now I got to do it. It's kind of a joke now in masturbation, but not allowing yourself to see that stuff in the first place is going to help you so much more. The next thing is stress relief, right? It quickly lowers stress and anxiety, so your brain uses it as an easy coping tool, right? What you need to do is simply just find another coping tool. My coping used to be, when I was in high school and stuff, it used to be stuff like this. It used to be eating. It used to be a lot of bad things, right? But I started to find coping tools like journaling and working out. Those are the two that I use a lot. I work out as much as I can when I'm depressed, when I'm not feeling the best, when my brain isn't clear. I like to run into the gym and I like to work out, right? A lot of guys don't do that. A lot of guys like to look to things like video games, porn, eating bad, just a lot of things in that sector. You need to find different ways to relieve your stress because this life is stressful. You're never not going to be stressed out. That's just something you have to accept about life. And it's just the level of stress and how you deal with stress as well. The next one is a habit loop, right? You have a cue, your reaction, your relief, and then you repeat. Over time, it becomes automatic and it stops becoming a choice, right? So when you quit this habit, at first, it's going to be extremely hard because you do it every day, sometimes twice a day, right? Every time you go into the shower, you're like, I usually masturbate. So you're going to be like, dang, I'm going to do it, right? Every time you go to sleep, you're like, dang, I can't fall asleep because I usually masturbate. It's stuff like that. Finding your cues and finding ways to stop those cues, right? When you go into the shower, whatever cues your habit, I don't know, whatever causes it, try to recognize and beat it as much as possible. Just try to beat the habit as much as possible. Because when you do, you're going to realize you didn't really miss out on anything. You're not going to be freaking out that much. You're not going to be struggling that much. Just figure out what the habit is when you do it, your triggers, and then just simply manually override that trigger. Just manually decide, hey, I'm gonna not do it this time around. For me, it was the shower. I don't know. That's just how it was. It's a common one. Everyone has that one. But I just manually decide every time, hey, I'm not going to do it, right? I'm just not going to do it. And then when you don't and you get out and you sit down or whatever, you realize you're chilling. You're like, hey, this really wasn't that bad. I didn't really miss out on much, right? The next one is your emotional escape, right? This ties back to stress relief. It can temporarily numb loneliness, frustration, negative emotion, but it's only a temporary fix. It's not going to fix the problem forever, especially on the lonely aspect. A lot of guys do it because they're lonely, right? And that is completely fine. Loneliness is an epidemic in this world. It's a problem that a lot of people have, but choosing that as your solution isn't going to get you very far in life. It's not going to get you very far because you're giving away that energy, wasting that time that can be used towards other things like being productive and doing other things. So stop using it as a temporary numbing, as a temporary solution, and start trying to actually find a real solution. Because once you find a real solution, you're going to be able to start solving your emotional problems, your emotional escape from things, and you're going to start to have the answers versus just trying to ignore your emotional triggers and ignore what's going on in your life. Next thing, you keep masturbating, you keep doing these nasty things. In general, masturbation, lust, and gooning, and whatever you want to call it, it all ties back to stress, habits, and just lack of discipline, right? You just need to simply manually override yourself every time. You just need to override the fact that you're struggling with this problem, and you're going to see that you're going to have a lot more success in general. But the last thing, right? It's accessibility. Back one more time to the social media thing. If it's accessible, you're going to do it. Try to make it as least accessible as possible and put as much filters, as much time away from social media as possible, and you're going to find that you're going to succeed in that. It's just so available. It's so accessible. It's actually kind of disgusting how available it is to all ages at this point. And you just need to tell yourself, listen, I need to have the discipline to not do it. You're going to feel so much better. You're going to feel more alive. You're going to have so much more time because you're not thinking about it as much. It's going to open up so much doors, and all you need to do is manually override yourself every time. That's all you need to do. Just not making it as accessible for yourself as it is, and having some self-control. It's going to bleed into a lot more areas of your life, and it's going to bleed into solving problems into a lot of areas of your life. You're going to start to find solutions because you have that discipline, you have that self-control to not do those nasty things. If you ever got to tie it back to one last thing, it's disgusting, bro. It simply is just disgusting to look at other people having sex and touch yourself to it. If you got to come down to that, then so be it, but it's a disgusting habit, and in general, it's unnatural. You shouldn't be doing that stuff in the first place. But that is basically the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you like and subscribe. I'm sorry I haven't been on YouTube in a while. I've been trying to get back into it. It's no excuse, though. I just need 15 minutes of my day, and I can pump out these videos. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.